little worse.
Bigger payday than you ever received, Saxton.
Byron, DiBiase's shoes cost more than your house.
I just don't agree with the fact that Ted DiBiase truly believes everyone has a price.
Because they do.
Byron, you would do anything to be a part of his stable.
Back down the hatches.
It could be that time.
And his partner from the Rocky Mountains, weighing in at 456 pounds, Vader!
That is a scary human being. It's like he's possessed.
Yeah, but what's more terrifying is the agility that this big man possesses.
We're underway, and the $1 Million Man, one of the best technicians that WWE has ever seen, is on the rampage.
Oh, break your crown.
Set it up.
Oh, man, incredible impact. Right in the mouth.
Relentless.
Enough already.
Using the elbow as a weapon.
$1 Million Man starting to stammer some. He looks incredibly motivated, though. Don't expect him to be down for long.
It's decision time, Cole. Does he try to get back on the offensive himself, or does he attempt to make a tag here?
Oh, man. Shot right to the midsection. Oh, what an uppercut. Headlock. Oh, a cheap shot right above the eye.
During the rivalry between the Hardy Boys and Cesaro and Sheamus over the Raw Tag Team Championship, the teams became very familiar with one another. In June of 2017, the teams met in a 2 out of 3 falls bout on Monday Night Raw. The most important fall in a 2 out of 3 falls contest is the first fall. If a team can win the first fall, that sets the tone for the rest of the match, and your opponents are playing catch-up.
The 2 out of 3 falls match that saw the Hardy Boys go at it with Cesaro and Sheamus was a throwback of sorts. Throughout the 1960s and 70s, championship title defenses and grudge matches were often decided in a 2 out of 3 falls format. Cesaro and Sheamus didn't waste any time and scored the decisive first fall after a brogue kick rocked Jeff Hardy.
Cesaro and Sheamus wanted to continue their domination of Team Extreme, but the Hardys had other ideas as Matt tied things up at 1 fall apiece after a twist of fate on the Swiss cyborg. After a swanton bomb by Jeff Hardy, the match broke down and the third fall was ruled a double countout.
What a forearm!
He's starting to feel it here. He's going to need to find a way to fire back.
It might be time for him to recharge that battery. All he has to do is get to his corner and make the tag.
Yeah, but if you count him out now, guys, you'd be making a very big mistake. Mark my words. In May of 2017, smacked a women's tag team match when Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch squared off against welcoming committee members Natalya and Carmella. The rivalry between these women got so intense that Naomi was in Flair and Lynch's corner.
and Tamina was in Natalya and Carmella's corner.
Right across the back of the neck.
Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy.
I think only a group as treacherous as the Welcoming Committee could bring Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair back together. Natalya's power set the tone for the match and gave her team an advantage. That was until Carmella's overconfidence let the Irish last kicker turn the tide and get back into the match. And then it was elementary from there for the Irish-born superstar.
Naomi did an excellent job of making sure any quote-unquote committee nonsense cost her girls the match. Once Becky Lynch got Carmella locked into this armor, there was nothing for the Staten Island Princess to do but to tap out. And it didn't take long for that to happen.
Most of the truly great tag teams in sports entertainment created a double-team finishing maneuver. The spike pile driver from Anderson and Blanchard, the heart attack from the Hart Foundation, the rocker dropper from the Rockers, or the Doomsday device from the Road Warriors. A team needs to have a tag team finisher and be able to execute that finisher on all types of opponents.
Oh! Right to the back. This match beginning to take its toll on the $1 Million Man.
Corey, a few moments ago, you mentioned some of the great tag team finishing moves in sports entertainment history. Don't forget about the 3D from the Dudley Boys, or the double drop kick from the 2017 WWE Hall of Famers, the Rock and Roll Express. In tag team action, like in singles competition, once a duo nails their opponent with their finisher, that should signal the beginning of the end.
It can take a long time for a tag team to decide on a double team finisher, but I agree. A team needs one, and it should be something that can be administered to any opponent. Man, that's when a finishing move is truly effective. And since we're talking about tag teams, remember you and your partner have until the referee's 5 count to execute the move. For many years, members of the WWE Universe and the WWE locker room have felt that tag team matches should have 2 referees. One referee is in the ring overseeing the action, and the other is located out on the floor, making sure teams follow the rules and do not engage in potentially damaging behavior. I think it's a good idea, something perhaps Mr. McMahon might want to consider.
Byron, earlier you raised a point that people have been talking about for years, and that's a second referee being appointed to tag team matches. I remember WWE Hall of Famer and former WWE President Gorilla Monsoon used to express his strong advocacy for 2 referees being appointed to tag team matches.
It's something that's been talked about for decades, Michael, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. We've seen it on occasion, but I think it's best to let the superstars be responsible for themselves. And the appointed official for the match needs to do the job they're paid to do. I don't think it's that much to ask.
Oh, that'll mess up your neck. Man. Oh, what impact.
A lot of pride on the line here in this tag team encounter, but only 2 of these competitors will end up getting what they came for. The win.
Whoa, down he goes. That was impressive, Cole.
Another great tag team match here tonight. I don't think the tag team scene has ever been hotter here in WWE.
Not so fast.
There have been times in sports entertainment when unlikely duos have formed, and over time they develop and bond and become an outstanding tag team combination. The team that immediately comes to mind is the powerhouse duo of Cesaro and Sheamus. After their thrilling best-of-7...
The all-falling fist drop.
Make it twice. The trifecta. Can he end it here? Sting got the worst end of that stick.
I don't think anyone thought Cesaro and Sheamus would develop into a premier tag team. Over time, the superstars realized that they were better as allies than as enemies. And when they combined their incredible strength, the results were something that couldn't be ignored.
It was really unbelievable to witness the evolution of Cesaro and Sheamus as a team. We saw them improve every week and conquer a variety of opponents. To see the Swiss Cyborg and Celtic Warrior go from unwilling partners to WWE Raw Tag Team Champions was truly impressive.
Tag team history was made when the first ever SmackDown Tag Team Champions were crowned at Backlash 2016. The
$1 Million Man is it? Uh-oh, got him in the sleeper. Is he going to pass out?
Just when you thought he had nothing left.
He's in control.
This does not look good for the $1 Million Man. This does not look good for the $1 Million Man.
There was a lot on the line in the tag team tournament finals. The Usos wanted to add another tag team title reign to their resume and enjoyed the recognition of being the first ever SmackDown tag team champions. The team of Rhino and Heath Slater was the team no one expected to be in the finals. Slater had extra motivation because he was fighting for a WWE contract.
And at one point, it seemed like the Usos had everything well in hand, but Rhino and Heath Slater refused to lose. After a gore from Rhino practically cut Jimmy Uso in half, Rhino and Heath Slater went from an unlikely tag team to the first ever SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Never say never in WWE is absolutely right. When you talk about great tag team.
Going for the run.
Mastodon-sized choke slam. Warm up the bus. This one is over. Has Vader produced an end result?
Vader having his way in this matchup.
It could be that time.
This could be fatal.
Tag team
Vader bomb. But I don't know how much gas he has left, guys.
We've seen some great tag team action over the years here in WWE, and I can attest that this is no different.
taken off his feet here.
And it's moves like that that make him so dangerous.
That'll mess up the back of your neck. What a strike. Right on the mark. Cobra clutch.
Got it cinched in.
Fading fast.
The Russian leg sweep. Guys, the $1 Million Man was at the center of perhaps the most infamous moment in the history of the WWE Championship when he tried to purchase the title back in 1988.
And he was almost successful, Michael. If you remember, the first part of the plan worked flawlessly when Andre the Giant dethroned Hulk Hogan for the title. But it all kind of fell apart after that.
As Saxton mentioned, DiBiase nearly became WWE champion.
This was sickening to watch. The ref had no choice but to call the match.